People will, for the most part, follow the path of least resistance. Not 100% true 100% of the time by any means. There are outliers for everyone, but when it comes to the vast majority of the decisions we make on a day-to-day basis, we will attempt to follow the path that has the least hassle involved. We complete the vast majority of these actions, make these unimportant decisions, as if we're on autopilot. I do it for a lot of my day. This is actually one of the reasons that I practice mindful meditation when I remember to. I want to be aware of the decisions and the moves that I'm making automatically. I want to be mindful of the unmindful. This is not just me though. Automatic behavior is prevalent in the vast majority of human decisions and actions. It's something we don't have to think about. This is often because it's the easiest action to take. It doesn't require any intervention by the conscious mind. These actions are often extremely efficient and at other times extremely necessary. These automatic actions probably began so that our brains and central nervous systems could get a bit of a break. They allow for everyday mundane decisions, actions in life to be completed automatically so that we can concentrate on bigger, more important things. Our evolutionary ancestors probably used this autonomous behavior to complete certain actions but allow them to stay on alert for danger. Humans are not great at concentrating at two things at once, but we're actually quite good at multitasking. You can probably sing and make food, dance and dust the countertops, drink and carry on a conversation. So why do I practice mindfulness? If these automatic behavior patterns are beneficial, like talking to a friend and eating, why try and interrupt that efficiency with deliberate attention? The answer is simple. Anytime an action becomes automatic, it can be systematized, and systems are easy to exploit. Easier to exploit. When your actions are unconscious, they can be exploited or changed into a behavior pattern that may not serve you. For example, you walk to work every day and you pass by the same coffee shop, but you're going to the office and there's coffee in the office. But one day, there's a bit of a pattern interrupt. Maybe you meet a friend on the way in and, you're going to the office together and the friend says, "Hey, let's stop for a coffee here." You need that caffeine hit, so you pop in. Doesn't really matter what the reason is. What does matter is that you've changed your pattern of behavior, and the coffee shop was the impetus for that. Normally, you wouldn't stop by the coffee shop. You've got coffee in the office. Why buy more expensive alternatives outside of your regular workflow? The pattern interrupt makes it easier for you to make the decision to pop into the coffee shop the next day as well. This is especially true if there are other behavioral cues within the store. The cashier asked your name and customized your coffee in a unique way. The barista called your name with your unique coffee in hand. While that may seem like a very small thing, the fact that they call your name makes you feel special. Our names are one of the few things that we recognize out of the crowd of noise. It gives us a warm feeling. So the next day you walk by the cafe and you remember that good feeling, so you decide to pop back into the cafe. Pretty soon it's happening every time you walk into the cafe. It becomes an automatic thing, a learned behavior you do because it's part of your everyday routine now. Now, this may seem worth it to you. I mean, the coffee tastes good, the service is excellent, you get your own unique customized coffee. Except, it's not really customized or unique. It's just a coffee. And the barista calls everyone's name. That warm feeling you get starts to fade, but your behavior doesn't change with it. These automatic behaviors can be influenced by many messages in the outside world. Once the pattern interrupt happens, they often lead to changes in your behavior. And that change is to the commercial benefit of other companies. This is what advertising and marketing is really all about. It's about getting a message to you through some sort of interruption. Now, we want to surprise and delight our clients, but that's not always, not always possible. Maybe it's just standard practice. Once you recognize it, once you start to notice that it's there, you'll start to recognize it in some of the most remarkable places. Like the walk to work. Unremarkable, but remarkable that it happened to you. So just be aware of the autopilot that you're on every day, because marketers and advertisers will exploit that to be able to reach you in new and exciting ways. It might benefit you. You might get a new product, have a nice coffee, but just be aware of it, because learned behavior is harder to transition away from. And if you're not aware of the pattern, you can't make that decision. Anyway, I'm Dave. Hope this was helpful to you. And let me know. Are there any automatic behaviors that you can consider that you don't think are serving you anymore, but you still do? Was this started by some sort of pattern interrupt that a marketing or like a commercial effort made to exploit? There's plenty for me. That coffee shop thing actually came from my own experience in Starbucks. There was a Starbucks on the way to work. So it definitely does happen. And I'd love to hear. If you want to follow me, you can find me on pretty much all of the social networks. It's at Dave Gets Social. I'll throw a link, or if I post this on social media, which I probably will, it'll be there. So that's it. Yeah, have a good day.